and it was like Christmas morning. You think you know what you're going to get. You can see the big present there. You put the present, the CD, into the CD player. You turn it on, and for an opening track, this is just incredible. The tension builds and builds and builds. It's like unwrapping your Christmas presents. The rest of the album is like you've opened your Christmas presents. You haven't got the right batteries. Your remote control truck don't work on the carpet. It's not the best, but this track's amazing. This is Gift by Sugar.
That's Harry's musical choice on the Steve Show.
Yeah, Gift by Sugar.
Thank you very much indeed. After the news, we'll have live music from Rachel Unthank and the Winterset, plus some more Christmas tunes. Stay tuned.
On digital, online, BBC.
So happy on Christmas Day. Don't forget it.
Christmas is a-coming from Huddy William Ledbetter, better known as Leadbelly, of course. One of those proper bluesmen who actually ended up in prison for killing one of his own relatives in a fight. That's the kind of decent old bluesman you don't get anymore. Steve Show 6 Music, pardon me for the old cough and splutters, we're all a little bit sick in the studio, except for Super Posh Rufus, of course, who never gets here. When was the last time you were?
1987. Had terrible sniffles.
Oh, for a day, for an afternoon.
And then the nurse sorted it out.
We want to squeeze in a couple more tunes before we get to our live session, which we're looking forward to, and obviously Rachel Unthank and the Winterset are here. But we've been talking about the big bunker, which we may need to put people in if a meteorite hits over Christmas. Need to probably get this sorted by Boxing Day, actually. Probably need a medical person. I don't know if you've got any thoughts there.
I've got Dr. Chris from this morning.
He's tremendous. He's always very charming and kind of affable, easygoing.
And his entertainment.
I was going to suggest Dr. Raj Persaud, but of course, he's disgraced Dr. Raj. Or, and if you need a little bit of a hottie in there, Dr. Miriam Stoppard.
Yeah, well, we are short of ladies, so there's also Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
Absolutely. And if you just need maybe sort of an urban angle, Dr. Dre.
I was thinking along the daytime television route as well. I think it's as I've talked about polymaths, people have a little knowledge of everything. Richard Madeley.
Madeley would be tremendous.
But we could never split up Richard and Judy, and then we could have one in the female, Richard and Judy.
Really? I don't know. Could we split them up? I think we may have to.
We could.
I think Madeley's a tremendous choice. Because Mendy knows a little bit about everything.
Yeah.
That's right.
So if they had to rewrite, when everything's been destroyed, they had to write a kind of modern version of, an encyclopedia.
Yeah.
He would remember little bits of information about almost every subject.
We had someone in who knew all about mushrooms. Or something like that. Judy knows better than I do, but we definitely had someone who knows about xylophones.
Yeah.
But Madeley would also fulfil another criteria. Matthew's emailed in and suggested a couple of people. We're going to need whipping boys. It's going to be like Lord of the Flies. We're going to need someone we can bully down.
A piggy, if you like.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now Matthew suggested Cliff Richard or Moylesy.
Yeah.
Obviously one of our great radio mates, so we wouldn't necessarily recommend that one. But yeah, Madeley could also fulfil that role.
That's true. You could laugh about him.
So annoying that you'd all laugh at him behind his back.
But he probably would get stuff done as well.
He would.
He's got a little bit of the Boy Scout about him.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we'll come back to this after we've heard a few more tunes. Have you heard Coldplay's version of "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas"?
Oh no, for a number of reasons.
Coldplay's version of "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." Steve Show 6 Music with me, Steve Merchant. Pardon me, and I'm still full of I wish I could have cleared my throat beforehand, but it's just there. It's just swelling up. There's nothing I can do about it. And we'll squeeze in a bit of Beach Boys as well quickly before we get to Rachel Unthank. But we'll need a cook down there, but also someone who can keep people entertained. Ainsley Harriott. It's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer here, like you say.
Not one of the hairy bakers?
Which one are they?
Bikers.
Well, no, they bake now, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I'd vote for Simon because he's the true Geordie and a thoroughly nice man.
Yeah, I'd go for Cheryl.
We had a text as well, didn't we, from someone saying you need the kids to be entertained, maybe the Chuckle Brothers. Well, that sounds a bit ironic, but saying that, do you remember one of the Chuckle Brothers, I forget which one, he was quite the ladies' man as well. Do you remember he was having an affair with some bloke's wife? And they were having secret rendezvous. I forget which one it was, Barry or whatever the other one is. You might want to check that out.
You to me, to you, to me, to you.
Yeah, exactly, which I presume is what he says in the bedroom, just for a bit of fun. But, he was having it away. Imagine discovering you're being cheated on by one of the Chuckle Brothers. You're cuckolded by a Chuckle. Oh, extraordinary. Have you found it there?
Yeah, I just googled Chuckle Brothers sex pest. And Kiddies TV star Barry Chuckle, the set for trying to bed the mum of two young fans. This is going back to 2005. dear, yeah.
No, don't read any more.
It's
Be
all,
careful.
it's all
no, no,
alleged,
no,
I
no,
think.
no.
There's some.
I think it is alleged.
Yeah, be very careful what you're reading there.
It's probably completely untrue.
Well, check it on a more reputable website than IHateTheChuckleBrothers.com.
Autumn colors have gone. Birds fled south with their song. Winter symphony.
From the Christmas with the Beach Boys compilation, that's Winter Symphony by, obviously, the Beach Boys. We've moved through to the Hub, where I'm very pleased to welcome Rachel Unthank and the Winterset. Round of applause. It's Christmas time, and I'm sure you guys have got something far better to do. There's an awful lot of coughing and spluttering going on, isn't there? It's just terrible. Is everyone sick?
Yes, apart from Becky, my sister, she's okay. But Steph, our pianist, can barely take a second without a big splutter.
Do you want to get it out of your system?
I'm working quite hard not to cough at the moment, so I think I'll carry on because I'm on a roll. So
I took some cough mixture before the show. It's done nothing. It's not working at all. So I might name check it at the end of the show, just to, to really do their business down. Just put thousands out of work. That single action alone.
We've gargled aspirins, haven't we?
You've got
We've
what,
just gargled aspirins.
Oh, have
so
you?
We'll be okay.
So would you guys introduce yourselves? We're happy just so the audience knows who's who.
I'm Rachel.
I'm Rachel's sister Becky.
I'm Nifa.
I'm Steph.
Great, and you're going to perform for us. Obviously, you've brought these microphones, I'm presuming, for that reason. You
Yes.
just popped in for a chat. It's been a tremendous year for you, hasn't it? Particularly with the Mercury Prize nomination. Is that something which you value, or do you still, do you not take this thing seriously?
We're very excited by it, yeah, we're really excited. It's like when you're making your album, our vocal booth was like my cupboard under my stairs and things like that, so when you're making your album you don't really imagine that anyone's going to hear it really, so to be part of the Mercury's was a bit exciting for us really, with champagne and famous people and stuff.
Free champagne?
Yeah,
They don't make you pay for it?
I think somebody had to pay for it, but thankfully it wasn't us because we couldn't have afforded it.
The album that you were nominated for, it came out last year, is that right?
Yeah.
It came out last year, but it's and so has it, has the prize brought it to the attention of more people, do you think?
I think so. I mean, I think just things like the Mercury, it just gives more people the chance to have a listen to your music, which
Yeah.
is all you could possibly want, really. So, yeah, definitely, it's great.
Did you find prior to that you were sort of being pigeonholed in a kind of folk rock sort of category, and that it sort of helps you, I don't know, brings you into the mainstream, as it were?
Well, I think me and Becky grew up in the English folk scene, so that is where we came from, really, and that's where we grew up, going to folk festivals in the summer and singing songs and clog dancing, and so we've really grown up on that scene. So we definitely were a part of that and still are. But things like the Mercury does help more people be able to just think, a lot of people say to us, we don't like folk music, but we like you.
Right, absolutely,
Well,
yes.
you do like folk music then, it's just that people don't think they do.
Well, it's a bit...
I don't think we were ignored by the mainstream before the Mercury, but obviously it's just such a massive deal and an honour. It's obviously going to open a lot more doors for us.
But like you say, it seems sometimes that folk music, it seems to me that it's often bracketed like country and western as being sort of uncool and untrendy, and that people say, I hate folk music, and then actually if you were to play them, a selection of great folk tunes, they would realise actually that they love it, and also that there's lots of stuff that people adore that's obviously come from the folk tradition.
Yeah.
You say you were raised in the folk music tradition.
Yeah.
In what way? I mean, you were travelling around in a painted caravan? how does that...
A bit like that, yeah. We all were made to wear Aran jumpers every day.
Sure.
And grow beards.
Drink mead.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. What great, was you going to play for us?
We are.
And what are you going to play for us first up?
Well, we're gonna sing you a song from Northumberland. It's the first part's traditional, and the second part's written by a man called Donny Handel, who's from the northeast, and it's all about a child that's gone missing.
Oh dear.
It's very seasonal. And,
Seasonal and surprisingly topical.
Yeah. So, but no, it's a nice. It's got lots of heavy dialect in it as well for you to figure out as well.
Tremendous. Great. Thank you very much indeed.
Okay. This is Felton Lavin.
Thank you very much indeed. Rachel Unthank and the Winterset live on the Steve Show. Thank you. That was tremendous. Steph, do you want a good cough after that? Because I know I do. I didn't want to interrupt. It might throw you off and it might ruin it slightly for the listeners, but that was wonderful. And so are these sort of compositions that you yourself put together, or are they kind of classic tunes?
They're kind of mostly traditional songs
Right.
written by the people that we then kind of arrange and mess around with a bit and see what comes out.
Absolutely, and as you say, you started with some, what were you talking about, gobbledygook, was it?
Yeah.
It sounded like having a conversation with Sammy. It was, yeah, it was extraordinary. But why particularly is it? I mean, do these songs date back to some kind of some ancient?
Yeah, that kind of is kind of set in the times when the Scottish and English borders were a bit wild and run by lawless kind of families. Families kind of ran it like border reivers, like the Unthanks apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you quite a wild gang back in the day?
Apparently, although we don't think we must have been very good because there's not many of us left.
Got killed off.
Just the two of you, is it? Yeah.
My brother.
We're tough.
Yeah. And so that's quite a big thing in the sort of folk tradition, isn't it? It's kind of making sure that those songs of our British English heritage, if you like, are sort of maintained.
Yeah.
And then I guess obviously sort of finding new ways to do it that keeps it fresh. And you've just been on tour with Ben Folds, is that right?
Yeah.
And so do you find that there's sort of interest, internationally for that kind of very English music?
Yeah, we've just been to Australia and America as well, and we'd wondered how it would go down. And people do often say, "Where's that lovely Irish accent from?"
Right, of course.
Well,
Yeah.
in the northeast of England. And but yeah, it seems to go around really well, and people are interested in English culture as well, because it's not been so celebrated perhaps as Scottish and Irish and Welsh, and it's great to be able to kind of show a little kind of corner of our culture and let people know what great songs and tunes and dances there is from it, and it goes down surprisingly well with like a Ben Folds audience,
Right.
I think, because if you listen to Ben's songs, they're all about stories as well, and that's very much what the kind of traditional music is about as well. It's about telling stories, really.
And with the Mercury nomination, does it mean now that you have a whole new celebrity showbiz sort of phone book friends?
If they could find us in the corner of Northumberland that we live in, they'd be quite lucky, I think.
In your little encampment?
Yeah. No, little tent.
Sure, right.
Through the Mercury, we got asked to do the Adele show last night, so
okay.
That was exciting. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
exciting.
No, normally someone like Elvis Costello will take you under his wing. I think Elvis is friends with pretty much everyone. So if you've not had a call from Elvis yet, I'd be annoyed.
We're waiting.
Now listen, we have a series of questions that we always ask our guests. I hope you don't mind. Just first thing that comes into your head. It's sort of, a test in a way to just so we get a sense of who you are without thinking too much.
Becky.
Are you a psychologist?
I'm not a psychologist, no. I'm just a bloke with some questions. I like to think that it would unearth something, but normally it doesn't. It normally just leads to... oh dear.
Sorry.
Now Rachel's got a cough as well. I apologise. Should we just have a big hack together?
Yeah.
Good, this is great radio. Why not join in at home? So, question one, what would you ban?
Ban?
If you could ban anything.
Oh, go on, Becky. You had thoughts.
No, I'm worried I'm going to be very offensive, so I'm going to be quiet.
Go on.
Christmas.
You'd ban Christmas!
No, I'm only joking.
I knew it, they were pagans. I knew it. What advice would you give your teenage self?
Just keep going, it's okay.
Stop drinking so much alcohol.
Oh no, were you a bit of a crazy... Was it binge drinking?
Well, that's what we do, isn't it?
If you could jump into any film, what film would it be?
Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice?
A musical. Oh yeah, definitely.
Strictly Come Dancing the movie.
Yeah.
Hey, you'll look forward to seeing me in the background. And finally, what would you or the band like to apologise for?
Ooh. Have we done something wrong?
No, I'm just saying, there's almost certainly something at this festive time that you'll want to apologise for.
The horrendous coughing on air.
Thank you very much.
Not
Yes.
buying anyone any Christmas presents because we don't get home till